it really kind of all ties back to my daughter. And the moment I decided was I just kind of snapped. And I always had that feeling. I've always wanted to kind of be independent, do my own thing. I just said, that's it, I got to do it. I either do it now or it'll never be done. So I just took that leap, and I tried to get other people to kind of join in, and no one was really on board because they couldn't see how I could possibly make a living selling cupcakes. Part of the reason why I started the business was because my daughter was ill, and that's the namesake of the business. Her name is Camille. She fell ill, so I had to stop working to care for her for a little while. And during that time, of course, I had to make ends meet. So I took a night position at a hotel. I worked the graveyard shift from midnight to 8 in the morning. And during that time, I think my life changed. I had to just decide what was I going to do, what was I good at. Didn't want to go back into the corporate world. I still wanted the flexible time to be able to care for her. And I just went back to what I always did, which was baking. I chose to go into baking as a profession because after I did a lot of soul searching, it was the one thing I came to the conclusion that I would do for free. If you do something you enjoy, it won't become work to you. So that's the one thing that I knew for a fact. I always did for free, and I would do for free. I did my research, but I think the fact that I really did it was based on what I didn't know. I think if I would have known everything, that it probably would have held me back a little bit. There was some fear into not knowing that I was going to have a steady paycheck, but I also had enough confidence in myself to know that, okay, I got a product that people have liked in the past, and I thought that I could make a living. Other people were doing it, I could not. I think it's a bit of nostalgia, and then also for us, we offer about 15 flavors. So instead of going to a regular bakery and choosing one flavor, cake, full cake, you can come in here and select, say, if I want to taste 5 different flavors, then you have that option. We try to just bake as people bake at home. Of course, it's a little different because we're doing it on a larger scale. Milk, butter, sugar, eggs, flour, all of that stuff. So it's the same stuff that we use here. The tools that we use are really pretty simple. It's pretty much the same household tools, just on a larger scale. I mean, mixing bowls, measuring cups, measuring spoons, simple things. I think baking is a little bit of science and art. Baking is a science. You have to have the exact measurements and the exact timing in the baking process in order for you to get a good product on the end. But then the art comes into how are you going to put it together? What flavors are you going to mesh together to get something that's pleasing to the palate? So I think that's when the art part comes in. So it's a bit of both. I experiment a lot with different flavors, and so a lot of experimentation, and that's actually the fun part to me, experimenting, trying to come up with new flavors, what's pleasing to the palate, and and what will actually make money. So I would say quite a bit of experimentation goes into it. Simplicity is good. One of the things I always try to remember is that my grandmother told me if you're only going to do one thing, to try to do it really, really well. So I try to keep that in mind. I keep it simple, try to keep the quality up, connect with the customers. Customers are everything, and just try to keep those simple philosophies intact. Some of the misconceptions that people have with owning a cupcake bakery is they think it's just all fun. They walk in, they see the pink walls, and they hear the jazzy music, and they think that, oh wow, I want to own a cupcake store, or oh, I think it's fun to frost cupcakes all day. But it's a lot of work. Baking is probably one of the messiest jobs there is, and there's a lot of work that goes behind it. I learn something new on a daily basis, and you have to keep an open mind. I didn't walk into this thinking that I knew it all from the beginning, and so I keep my mind open. I try to learn things new on a daily basis, and I look forward to learning and growing. I do believe that I am a happier person owning my own business versus when I was an employee elsewhere. But I can tell you that I do work twice as much, but I enjoy it. I love the fact that it was something that I created, from the little logo up into actually the first store. I actually painted the walls myself, and just to see what was in my head come to creation is so gratifying. What I've learned about myself since starting this business is I'm actually stronger than I thought I would be. So many things have kind of come along, and some days I'm like, oh God, how am I going to get through this day? But I just take a deep breath and take it one step at a time, and just keep doing, just keep hearing my grandmother's voice in my ear, and just keep moving forward.